We're going to go ahead and get started this morning. This is probably the best day that we've had this year as far as weather, and it's just absolutely beautiful. My name is Mark Thornton. I'm your Parks and Recreation Director for Hillsborough County, and I can't tell you how excited I am to be here cutting the ribbon on this facility. I've been building parks for 30 years, and this one has to be one of the ones that I'm most proud of as far as where we started and where we came to. It's just absolutely beautiful.
The real work starts now. Each of us in attendance has a duty and an obligation to become a committee of one to ensure this facility serves the purpose of which it was intended. That purpose is to become a safe haven for all our children to engage in activities that not only serves their physical development, more importantly, developing their character, integrity, and moral values, leading them to live productive lives in our community, like their parents and grandparents, the original 1950 settlers of Progress Village. To Mr. Larry Sanders, for whom this most complex is named, I want to say personal thank you. I salute your tenacity and commitment to the youth of this community. Without people like you, a man in particular, taking an active role in the lives of our community, this day would not be possible.
Like you, I'm so very excited to see that this expansion became a reality. This park is just one example of, despite the bad economy, despite the budget cuts we've experienced, that this is one example that Parks and Recreation has and will continue to be a very high priority for the County Commission. And one of the biggest reasons why the Board of County Commissioners supported the expansion was because the Progress Village community is so involved and has a history of investing your time, your energy, and your resources to provide recreation opportunities for our youth.
At the very beginning of this project, I had a full head of hair. And this is the result of that. And Kevin Hammond and Mark Thornton of the Parks and Recreation Department have been an absolute pleasure to work with. We've had many arguments over this particular project. We've had many trials. We've had many tribulations over this particular project. We've had many drafts, redrafts, revisions, and re-revisions about this project. Every time we thought it was complete, someone in the community or someone else in staff would think of something else that needed to be revised. But at the end of the day, we were all able to come together and make this happen and make this a reality for all of our children in this community.
What a glorious day to be a part of this setting. Tuesday night, as I drove into the village on Madison, I looked to my right, and what a beautiful sight. The lights of the fields were burning bright, and it did my heart good.
The coaches kept coming to me, Tony, when they gonna build a new park? I said, a couple of more years. And here come a couple of years will pass, a couple of more years. So at one point, I didn't think they was gonna build this facility. So when Kevin came along, he kept saying, they're gonna build a park. I kept saying, when? He kept saying they're gonna build a park. Finally, we had a groundbreaking ceremony, and I tell you, it is a beautiful facility. I'd like to thank everybody. The process was great.
Good morning, everyone. I think you've all remember the movie, The Field of Dreams, and they said, build it, and we will come. And you are here this morning. This is a magnificent day for the Progress Village community. This is a magnificent beginning to the Progress Village Panthers Football Association and the Progress Village Little League. On behalf of Florida District 13, serving 9 leagues in our great district, the greatest Little League district in the state of Florida, and serving almost 4,000 children, again, this is an awesome day for Progress Village Little League.
Larry, I just want to say congratulations, and I know speaking for myself and everyone else in our league that you have touched, it is an honor to call you my friend, and I appreciate that.
It's indeed a pleasure for me to be here this morning on the open ceremony, on a day all of us have waited for, a day that we will receive our sport complex with baseball and football fields. A place first class for our girls and boys to participate in their sports.
One thing I want to say is this. This ribbon ceremony cutting is not about me. It's not about Larry Sanders. It's about a group of pioneers that had fate some 50 years ago. They wanted to have something that nobody would give them. So they forged this Progress Village community. For all the pioneers, just to name a few, the Emmanuel Johnsons, the Rose Youngs, the Stanley Turners, the Francis Pascos, the B.T. Williams, the Deacon Reese, the Deacon Roberts, Deacon Willie Bells, the Deacon Heads, David Shedrick, Harold Williams, Clarence Ford, Hillary Kemp. This is what this is about. And for the naysayers, the ones when baseball was in a slump and could only field a couple teams, and the torch was passed from David Shedrick to Deacon Tony Parker and his staff, they said it couldn't be done. But look around. You see, it's about our children and our children's children and those that will follow. In closing, I would just like to leave you with a few quotes. Number one, whatever they grow up to be, they are still our children. And the most important of all things we can give them is unconditional love. Not a love that depends on anything other than to know that they are our children. Number two, children are like wet cement. Whatever falls on them makes an impression. Number three, children are the world's most valuable resource and its best hope for the future. And in closing, while we as adults try to teach our children all about life, our children end up teaching us what life is all about.
Okay, we all get the